All right, this is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name, joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. April.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're very chipper today.
Am I?
Well, you sent me a message earlier today, and this was around
An
noonish.
hour ago.
Yeah, whatever it was. And it, as most people know, we have very busy lives, or we have lives. We do a lot of stuff. I wouldn't exactly call them busy. We more just sort of do fun stuff.
Right.
But we're very active in our fun lives. And so we record the show at various times, usually a day ahead of time, to work around our very busy schedules.
Right.
So you'd sent me a text a little bit earlier, and some to the effect of, like, recording today, ? Still asleep. This was at noon.
No, it was at 12:30, to be sure.
But you were up earlier today. You woke up because we were tweeting at each other.
Right. Well, I had my alarm set to go to CrossFit, so that's why I was awake at the time at 9.
You actually? Now, notice you phrased it as I had my alarm set to go to CrossFit.
No, because I didn't fall asleep until 4, woke back up at 5:30.
Did you go to CrossFit?
I did not. I didn't have any sleep. I would have fallen asleep trying to lift up the weight.
Whack. Inquiring minds want to know, what were you doing at 4:30 in the morning?
Well, I couldn't sleep. At the same time, like, the cute boy is in Uganda still.
Right. He's doing good work.
He's doing good work.
This is not a pleasure trip.
No.
He is saving the world.
He is saving the world.
Literally. Do you guys Skype?
No.
Oh.
All I get are random text messages.
How do you text from Uganda?
Well, you can send a text. Luckily, he'll occasionally, like once or twice, he's found a spot where he has Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So it's like a free text.
Oh,
but,
okay.
So anyway, when I do get a text message, it usually rolls in about 4:30 a.m.
Because do you have any idea
time difference?
How far ahead of us they are?
They're 7 hours ahead of us.
So 4:30 here is like 11:30 there.
Right.
So you actually wake up for your texts then.
Well, I've been expecting them, so I kind of just have the phone in my hand ready for it to.
Wow.
Well, if I only get like 1 or 2 texts a day,
that's a big deal.
I want to make sure I get it.
No, that's commitment right there. So you were up at 4:30. And you just that was a bigger priority than CrossFit. That's okay. I understand. You could have gone to the Hendricks County Republican Party Chairman's breakfast with me.
I could have.
You were awake. If I'd have known, I would have invited you.
Yeah.
You could have got some eggs, and you get a free breakfast if you go to.
Could have discussed the.
There's lots of pressing issues going
on.
Lots of Hendricks County Republican Party. Yeah. I did that today. Our friend Lucas Holt
from the show.
He was on the show. Lucas was the April fill-in. With Weimer a few weeks ago. Lucas interned for the governor this year, interned for Todd Rokita, our congressman, last year. Lucas sent me a text last night, and Lucas is like a younger version of me, perhaps, except he's much more diplomatic about everything. I see a lot of potential in Lucas, and sent me a text at I don't know, maybe 8 last night. He's like, I really want to go to this chairman's breakfast thing in the morning. Would you go with me? And I feel like as Uncle Rob, I've got to go, but I realized that involves me getting up at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, darn it, I'm there for you, Lucas. So then I show up.
That's the way to be a mentor, right there.
That's what I do. I'm a mentor. You have no idea how many people I've mentored.
Oh, I have an idea.
So I show up. I'm there, 6:50, things start at 7.
Did you wear a t-shirt and jeans?
No, I wore this.
Okay.
I wore this.
And jeans?
And jeans. I do have jeans on right now, but I do have a dressier shirt on.
Button down?
Yes. I think it looks very good on me.
Yeah, but better than a t-shirt.
On an audio podcast, your head nodding does not help the audience.
We need video.
We do. I've been saying this for a long time, but you would have to dress up if we do video.
I'd have to throw some makeup on.
Right. The pink tank top and pink sunglasses are not, probably might have to go by the wayside.
No, I'm okay with these pink sunglasses.
So anyway, I show up. I'm all excited. I'm there. I'm chipper. I'm my usual self, in the political universe.
Is this open invite? So if anybody listening is like,
anybody can come.
I'm concerned about some things going on in Hendricks County.
Yeah,
let me go speak to the chairman.
Yeah, we have this, although the chairman was not there today. O'Brien was MIA.
Mm-hmm.
The chairman of the Hendricks County Republican Party, Mike O'Brien, young guy, charismatic, good dude. I've said I think he could be a governor himself someday. I'm a name dropper. That's what I do. I drop names.
You are. You definitely do that well.
A
little something brown on your nose.
O'Brien has regular these things once a month. Where you can come. They usually have a guest speaker of some sort. Somebody like in the state party or county party will get up and talk, and you get a free breakfast out of it.
Sounds like a deal.
So I said yes, I can go. I'm there. I'm chipper. I'm doing it. Lucas shows up and looks like he's half dead. He's got a cup of coffee in his hand. He is struggling. And I thought, I'm here for you. And I'm bringing the A game.
Hey, some people aren't morning people.
Yeah, I understand. So we were glad Lucas was there. And Lucas getting ready to head back to Arizona for his second half of his senior year.
Oh, yay.
And
first half is his senior year.
What?
No,
he's already done half of his senior year.
So
this is it.
Midterm. Awesome.
So Uncle Rob's going to pay a visit out there because I think the scenery.
Where does he go? AU or what?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Arizona. Is it Arizona University or University of Arizona?
I think it's UA.
Okay.
Or is AU?
I think it's University of Arizona. You can look that up while I'm doing that. Anyway, I said Uncle Rob has heard the scenery is nice out there, so I'm gonna pay a visit to Lucas. I said, "Do you have a fall break?" And then it dawned on me, it's Arizona. What possible fall could they have? It's like 90 degrees in the fall. So I did that this morning.
Arizona's beautiful. Have you been there?
I've never been to Arizona.
Well, yeah, you need to go. I need to go.
I've always wanted to go to Arizona because I want to go to Winslow, Arizona, to be like the guy in the Jackson Browne song, Take It Easy. I want to stand on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. A girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford.
Is that near Tucson?
Slowing down to have a look at me. I have no idea where Winslow, Arizona is. Okay. I just love the song, and I love that visual. So I've always wanted to do that.
All right.
So anyway, I went. I was there. Got to see our good friend Matt Whetstone, county commissioner. We sat at the same table. I sat at the kind of the VIP table. It was me, Whetstone, Representative Jeff Thompson. I think it was because we were in the back. We were very strategic about our seating.
Right. You got to be able to make that quick exit.
Right, because Whetstone had somewhere to go, so he was
probably work. Yeah.
He had some sort of county government meeting to go to.
Work things.
So anyway, I went. I was there. I had another meeting at 11:30 with another government person, and I've been governmenting all day so far today. That's what I do. It's become my official life. You know, when I was younger, all I wanted to do was government, and now that government's all I do, I really need something else to do. So anyway, this is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name, joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. Want to thank our friends here at IndianaTalks.com. Don't forget, if you miss any part of the show, it is podcast for your listening enjoyment, and we are also available via podcast on the We Are Libertarians radio network. Thanks to our friend Chris Spangle.
Find that. We are libertarians.
We are libertarians. That could get me kicked out of the We Are Republicans.
True.
But I also want to thank this new little venture I'm doing. I thanked them last week, but I want to thank them again. I have written a first column for the New Voice for Politics website. They are a new group founded, a lot of people from Indiana and Kentucky in this group, and their design is to get younger people involved in issues related to politics and economics. And so somebody high up in that group said, you are pretty good at getting young people involved, and so we would like you to start writing. They do a monthly newsletter, and so I have pinned my first column for this. We will see when it comes out. I will let the public know. But I wrote about how to get young people elected, what young candidates can do to make themselves more presentable to voters. So newvoiceforpolitics.com is the website. You can sign up for their newsletter completely free, and in the very near future, read me. What could be better than that?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Absolutely. Big day for me yesterday. Ventured outside of my comfort zone, and I went to the Indiana State Fair.
Ooh, that's not in Brownsburg.
No, that's not. I lost my diplomatic immunity. So I went down, and I will have to say I went to the fair for the first time last year. The first time I'd ever been to the fair.
Really?
Yeah. And so this was my second time.
The State Fair is like my happiest place on earth.
I figured it was like your Disneyland.
It is. I'd rather go there than Disneyland.
Yeah,
the food's way better.
I figured like if I was walking around taking it all in, I was like, this is like April's heaven on earth.
It is.
You know? But you've not been this year.
No, not yet.
Are you going to go? You're running out of time.
I know. I'm running out of time. I don't know.
I would go with you.
I'm running out of availability to go.
Well, here. Yes, go ahead.
I'm just running out of time.
You're that busy. We're really really confused on what you do that would make you too busy. I feel like the term availability doesn't really apply to you. You make your own availability.
Well, things are coming up.
Oh, well, hey, very good. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. I'm going back what would be Wednesday night, the night of the show airing. I'm going back. I had so much fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I went yesterday, and it was car night. It was load a car night. You know, like you load everybody in a car in one price for however many people you've got in the car load. I didn't know that, and I went with a pretty girl, and I got to the window, and I get ready to pay, and the woman goes, well, it's carload night, so you don't have to pay for both of you, you just pay for one. And I was like, I could have brought like 6 pretty girls for one price.
Yeah.
I really short-sighted myself.
Got screwed.
Is there a pamphlet somewhere that tells me so next year I'll know this?
Yeah. Or you could follow them on Twitter.
Oh, they do have a Twitter.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, they would tell me. So whatever Wednesday is, I could know.
Right.
Yeah, so I really, that might have made the socializing a little awkward, but I feel like I short-sighted myself.
But, I mean, you could have been the guy walking around with 6 pretty girls.
Right, but I feel like that would have, like I said, caused some awkwardness with the pretty girl that invited me to go to the fair if I'd have shown up with 5 other pretty girls.
Could have.
Yeah.
Could have been a problem.
Could have been high drama at the fair.
But then you just get her a donut burger and she forgets all about it.
Well, we're going to talk about the donut burger here in just a minute because... Like, I figured, like, this was your Willy Wonka factory was this burger shop that we'll talk about here in just a second.
Yeah.
So we're walking around the fair. We went to some sort of motorbike something where the guys do handstands on the motorbikes as they go up and down the...
That sounds dumb.
Well, thanks for... I had a good time. Thank you for ruining that.
Okay.
I don't belittle your soccer matches.
I'm glad you had fun.
It was an excuse to sit in the grandstands and yell as people did tricks. Yeah. So I whooped myself up into a frenzy on that. And then we started walking around the fair. And suddenly I start hearing some like familiar music. Like I'm listening, I'm processing. And then I realize it's Styx. Like the group Styx. And... For those of you who are not familiar, this is a long, sordid story. I think April knows about it. But I am a huge fan of the group Styx. However, Styx has had a very traumatic existence as a rock band. Those of you who don't know, Styx, one of the great bands of the late 70s, early 80s, Come Sail Away, Babe Lady, Best of Times.
Right.
A whole bunch of hits. But most of the hits were written and sung by a guy named Dennis DeYoung. And Dennis DeYoung was the piano player in Styx and the lead vocalist. Styx had 2 great backup guitar players, which is why they had such a great sound, Tommy Shaw and James Young. So they created this almost like operatic type of sound. But it's sort of like you need both entities. You need the great guitar players with the great piano player / singer to get that sound. I feel like you're not taking me serious. I feel like I'm trying to make an impassioned plea about the history of rock music, and you are laughing at me.
I was looking at a picture of myself at the fair, and I realized as I'm looking at the picture that I'm making the exact same face as I am making in the picture, and it made me laugh. Sorry. Carry on with your Styx story.
This is really important to me, and I feel like you're not even focusing in on this.
It's the Styx. I don't even know who they are.
The Styx?
I mean, I've heard of them.
Styx. Styx. As in like the river Styx. Anyway. So Styx had all these great songs in the late 70s and early 80s, but they had a lot of band conflict because Dennis DeYoung believed the band should be more like a ballad band, operatic type of music.
Ew.
But all the great songs are DeYoung songs. Like he had most of the hits.
Okay.
They involved the piano, Babe, Lady, like I said, Best of Times. So they kicked DeYoung out of the band. They did a tour called Kilroy Is Here, where he actually turned it into like a rock opera. Really cool. Guitar players didn't think so. So like they kicked him out of the band. They all went their separate ways. They got back together in the mid-90s, did a great tour, and then they got mad at DeYoung again and kicked him out. So since like 97, DeYoung's been out of Styx.
Is this like a caucus? They just like vote him out?
Everyone hated DeYoung except for DeYoung. But it's like his band.
Right.
It's like Steve Perry not being in Journey now. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you get kicked out of your own band?
Well, I don't know. Steve Perry's not in Journey. Like apparently there is an overall ruling, the majority rules.
Well, then I'm kicking you off the show.
Well, that's what we're gonna get into that on my Facebook page when I put this post there that just blew up into this big discussion. That's what somebody said. It'd be like it was Snyder. Gary Snyder goes, it'd be like the Rob Kendall show without Rob Kendall. By the way, I'd love to see the mechanics of this show. You do it yourself. I would be just fascinated. Well, that was 5 minutes. We're out of time. We'll see you right next week. Thank you. Follow me on Twitter. Anyway, so they kicked DeYoung out of the band. There's a split. Styx fans sort of went their separate ways. Some went with DeYoung. Some went with the band. But the bottom line is Styx went from being this great group.
Well, where did DeYoung go? By himself?
Had a solo career. Had some hits. Desert Moon and a couple, hits in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
But they largely tour separately. They both play the music of Styx, which is ironic. DeYoung tours a lot of times with like symphonies. Like he did a tour where he played with big city symphonies, like Indianapolis Symphony, Chicago Symphony.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, very cool. Played the music of Styx. Anyway, Styx, the group,
still playing Styx.
is still playing Styx, but they're playing the Dennis DeYoung songs because those are like all their hits.
Right.
That's like treason. That's like fraud.
Yeah.
It's like theft. It's like those scumbags have committed theft.
Right.
So, anyway.
Well, I feel like
Styx goes from...
if any future band people are listening,
right,
and you feel like having a band someday, you each need your own prenup. So if one of you leaves, the rest of the guys can't be playing your songs.
They can't hijack your stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, like, for those of us that are rock purists, like, I love the singer-songwriters, Springsteen, Mellencamp, Harry Chapin, Jim Croce. Like, the DeYoung songs are intimate songs about relationships like he had with his wife and his children. So, like, they're playing Dennis DeYoung songs about relationships that he had with people around him, and they're still profiting off of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of, it's fraud.
It's dirty.
I'm very passionate about this. So, Styx, the punishment for Styx, the group, was they went from playing like these, 50 to 60,000 seat arenas to now they're like playing at the Indiana State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like me are like, screw that. Screw those guys. I'm not going to see them.
Right.
But if they got back with DeYoung, they'd be back in the big arenas again.
Right.
Anyway, so we're at the fair. Me and my friend that I went with. We got new neighbors here at the Rob Kendall Show, by the way. They're very boisterous.
Yeah.
They're active.
Yeah.
I have active neighbors
as the walls are shaking
at the Rob Kendall Show studio. Anyway, we heard this music, and I turned to the girl I was with, and I said, "Oh, cool! They've got a Styx cover band playing at the State Fair."
Oh my gosh!
Because I'm thinking, surely, like, the amphitheater at the State Fair is so small, like maybe 2,000 people would fit in there.
Right.
Like even the group Styx would play something bigger than this. So I'm like, let's go see the cover band. So we're walking, and I started hearing the singing, and the guy that sings a lot of the songs now is a guy named Tommy Shaw, who was one of the guitar players in the band.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that really sounds like Tommy Shaw. And I get up there and I turn the corner, and there's like all these people there. The place is like full. I'm like, that's a lot of people for a cover band. Then I look up at the stage. There's Tommy Shaw and James Young. I'm like, I'll be darned. Styx has reduced itself to playing the Indiana State Fair. So I have a moment, because it's like you're with the very cute girl who has not seen this side of me.
Right.
I'm normally the guy that's totally like non-emotional about everything. But I'm very passionate about my Styx.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to have a moment to collect myself and then attempt to try to explain why we're not going to stop and see the concert without sounding like a lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the guy next to me, because there's all these people, hears what I'm saying to her and starts to get into a discussion with me.
Uh-oh.
As does the person next to him.
And was this all three of you were being very passionate?
Yes, because it seems like they were fans of the band.
Oh.
They were not taking it as personally as I took it.
Oh.
So
and they needed to let you know how they felt.
Right. So they were getting intense. And then I have to hear their life stories about why these concerts mattered to them.
Mm-hmm.
The girl I'm with starts just laughing hysterically because she has no concept of who Styx is.
I was getting ready to say that. Yeah, she wouldn't.
The group had been mostly broke up by the time she was participating in life. And so she thinks this is just hysterical. So I have to find a way to exit myself out of the conversation and keep going. This takes like 10 minutes. So Styx was at the Indiana State Fair, and thankfully she found it humorous, and I did not lose any like points.
Just get her some ice cream.
Right, that's what we did. We went to the concession stand.
All right.
So we're at the State Fair. By the way, the place is huge.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Right.
Absolutely huge.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name. Joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. You can follow April on Twitter at April D. Gregory. I'm at Rob M. Kendall. See, you like that? How I've weaved Twitter into my daily existence?
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Anyway, so we're talking about the state fair. I went to the state fair last night, which is a big deal for me to get out of the town of Brownsburg, leave my diplomatic immunity behind. So we're walking around and we're past the big Styx event. By the way, I do write a part of my book. There's a chapter in my book about Styx.
Really?
About the importance of Styx and what it meant to my childhood. There's a certain tie-in that Styx has to my childhood.
Did you mention this to the guys that you were discussing?
No, because I got
I
passionate.
feel like you should have been like, look, if you check out my book.
Well, but my goal was
You
I
can buy it on
realized I was making an
Amazon.com
idiot
for your Kindle.
I was making an idiot of myself in front of.
I bet they didn't have Kindles.
Probably not, but they were very passionate about their music.
Maybe they don't know how to read.
I don't know. I just realized I was making an idiot in
I feel
front of
like
myself.
there's a good chance that
But see,
they didn't know how to read anyway.
I feel like I'm moving though. Like I'm moving forward in life because I recognize the fact of you're in a fight with two guys that live in their parents' basement over a band.
Right.
This isn't even a real band anymore.
Right.
So we moved on. We moved past.
You need to realize your moral superiority and move on.
That's a strong phrase. I like that. Moral superiority.
You're right.
I'm right. DeYoung's the man. Anyway.
See ya.
So if you would like to know about why I'm so passionate about Styx, you can pick up the book, Path Less Traveled, on Amazon.com. See that? See how I weaved that all together?
See what you did there.
See what I did? That was marketing 101. So we keep going.
Promotions.
And we go have some food. We get to the rides. And I was not aware that there were going to be rides as a part of the evening. I don't do rides.
She wanted to do rides?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. We have this sort of thing going on where we compromise on this friendship.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And she goes, I wanted to go see the animals. I wanted to see the pigs. Like, I love pigs.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go to the pig barn, see the pigs. So we had a compromise after we went back and forth for a while. I would do one ride if we went to see the pigs.
If you got to see one pig. One ride per pig.
No, you don't understand. Like, I'm petrified of, like, heights, and going around very fast. And, like, she kept going, what about that one? No. What about that one? No. I thought, like, the Ferris wheel seemed like a nice compromise for me.
Okay.
Because that involved heights, but no quick movement. So finally we compromised on this, like, tilt-a-whirl thing that, like, tips you sideways and goes around very, very fast.
Oh, yeah. I like that thing.
I was petrified. I got on and immediately closed my eyes. And then she starts, like, hitting me in the chest because my eyes are closed. So I have to open my eyes because apparently that's part of the deal. So I could almost not stand when I got done with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was ridiculous. But I felt terrible because there's all these little kids on the ride with me. Like, I don't know, 8, 9-year-old kids. And they're just having a blast.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, this was absolutely petrifying to go on this thing.
I do like that ride.
So I went on it and done with it. And I couldn't stand up straight for like 20 minutes. I feel like it's something you should, like the rides, like you should like break yourself into rides. Like you shouldn't just go on a really fast one or a really scary one right away. Like I need to
Yeah,
work.
you should have. Well, then you should have given her a compromise of 2 rides. Like when you needed.
But I wanted to get it done.
Okay.
Because I felt like the more compromise.
Did you go on this thing before or after you ate?
After, but I didn't eat a whole lot.
Oh.
And a lemon shake up something.
That's it?
Well, and a some sort of meat something. I don't know what it was. I just went where I was told. On a stick. Meat on a stick.
Oh my gosh.
I just went where I was told. Because I wanted to go see the pigs. So anyway, went to see the pigs. Wrapped up the evening. Got back to the car. Got home safely. Oh, here's the other good part. So
you did not have a donut burger.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we need to talk about the donut burger. Because before we left, I'm going by all these food stands. And I see this stand that has all these crazy types of hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Like ice cream hamburger.
I've had that one.
Donut hamburger.
I've had that one.
So I sent April a text. I'm like, April, they have donut hamburgers here. And I got a very all caps, I know, triple exclamation point response.
My favorite is the French toast hamburger.
Yes.
In between 2 pizza
saw that.
French toast.
And I thought thought about doing that, but then I thought that seems like a lot of calories.
It is.
Yeah. So I got a giant slice of pizza instead.
No, you don't go to the fair and get pizza.
Well,
You can get pizza in Brownsburg.
here's the mistake we made. We kept debating on what to get, and then by the time we decided what we were going to get, all of them started closing at 10. Apparently, the food stands close at 10.
Ugh,
So
exhausting.
I'm going to get even Wednesday when I go back. Going to make a move early for the food.
Get either a French toast hamburger, an ice cream hamburger. No, don't get the ice cream hamburger. That's not as good, really. Chicken Eggo.
I feel like I should make a third trip to the fair. You should go with me.
I can maybe go Thursday.
Okay. Anyway, the best part is when we park the car, we park at this place, like this little open parking lot next to the fair, and it's $5 to park. And a real friendly guy, looks a little sketchy, but very friendly, is taking the money. And so I, of course, joke with everyone. I said, "You're going to keep a good eye on this car, right?" So, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." He goes, I'll be here when you get back. Turned to the girl and I said, "I bet he's not here when we get back." So we come rolling in about 10:30. She goes, "Where's the guy?" I don't even know if he really worked here.
Right?
I think he might have just been stealing our money.
He doesn't care. He's just parking the cars and...
Right. But he said he'd be there. If you can't trust a car attendant in a shady portion of town,
Really?
who can you trust? You know? So that was my fair experience. Felt like we had a good time. And I would recommend you going to the state fair.
Yeah.
So hopefully you get a chance to do that before the fair. When does the fair close?
Sunday. It's the last day.
Well, so we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny when I got in there. I was like, man, this is like April's dream.
It really is.
Dream
My
place.
favorite
Because you're a
place.
little.
The thing is, like, I've eaten all the food there, so there's not really much,
Right.
I don't have to go. I've already eaten all those things.
Right.
So,
But it's the fact that you go back and do it again. It's like every time I go to Broad Ripple, I love going to Qdoba. I just know I'm going to wrap my night up at Qdoba.
oh, I know. Mhm.
Even though I've had Qdoba a million times, it's like
You know how nights there were where I wrapped my night up with Qdoba and Jimmy John's both? Because I'm like, oh, I want both. And then I end up eating both.
because they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
And so I feel like no matter what, I always sit there at least, about 1 a.m. I start thinking Qdoba.
Mhm.
'Cause
And then just over the bar, you're like, I'm done.
right. Even though like there's still a lot of fun to be had at the bar.
Right.
I feel like I'm like, come on, 2:30.
Queso. I need queso.
And those guys are the best at the Qdoba in Broad Ripple.
Hmm.
Like they do a great job like being conversational with you.
Yeah, especially if we're considering everybody in there is wasted.
Except for me.
Except for you.
Except for me. I'm thinking clearly when I come into Qdoba.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. But
Even if I'm not thinking clearly on my way to Qdoba. Once I enter that Qdoba, I am zoned in like a radar.
I like talking to people.
Yeah. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Because we're people watchers.
Yeah.
We're observationalists. So to us, that is a good time.
Mhm.
And I love to sit on that window that faces the street and just
Mhm.
watch.
Mm-hmm. Everybody stumble by.
Right. If you are willing to put up with Broad Ripple at 3:30 in the morning, you can see some
Oh my
comedic
gosh.
genius.
Truthfully, I just can't put up with the Broad Ripple at night anymore.
Yeah, but
It's
gosh,
very
funny.
rare.
It's so entertaining.
It is.
You should come with me.
I like I like day Broad Ripple.
See, I've been to Broad Ripple maybe as many times as I've been at night. Maybe 3 times my whole life during the day, and I'm like petrified.
It's really nice. You just sit on the porch
Yeah, but
outside,
But that's not.
have a beer, watch people.
But I feel like no one's doing anything crazy.
No, but that's why it's nice because
But
we're
that's-
old and that's peaceful.
So and as the audience may know, I'm a big fan of Kilroy's. That's my hangout. Love that. It's a perfect view. You can get that window seat. It's like if you play Monopoly. My buddy that I usually go down there or up there with, we have this one seat right on the window that faces the street, and we say if you're in Monopoly, that's like the boardwalk.
Mm.
The boardwalk seat. If you have that seat, because you can talk to everybody when the window's open.
Prime.
Right. That is, you put a hotel on boardwalk. That's
Yeah.
your seat. But there's one specific seat. We will stalk that seat out and wait till the people get up, and we are on it.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. So anyway, that was 30 minutes of nothing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I got a lot off my chest.
You got that sticks issue off your chest.
Well, it's been something
I
I've been
this
discussing.
is therapy.
Well, but I've been discussing this on radio for like 11 years. So it's a continuing conversation with myself. When I used to work at the classic rock station, it was really relevant,
Uh-huh.
to have. But when I got out of rock and got into talk radio, it kind of lost some of its relevance.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's my own show, I can do whatever I want.
Right.
I feel like we need to call our man Abdul. We need to get on WIBC. I feel like we're primed for that.
I agree with you.
I feel like the Rob Kendall Show could go to WIBC on the weekends for a few hours, and we would tear it up.
Right. I feel like we have better content.
I feel like we are compelling.
Other...
Right. I mean, they just hired these chicks on the right.
Oh, we're gonna go there.
But I just feel like
I was being coy.
No,
you went straight
that's cool. Got it.
for it.
That's what broadcasters do. We dump on other broadcasters. You know, it's part of the fraternity, or in their case, sorority.
Right.
But I feel like, good for them. They're the afternoon hosts now on WIBC. They probably have a listening area of close to 3 million people. That's what we've got on in the afternoon, which is great. Hey, good for them. But I feel like if we were given a shot, we could make it happen in Indianapolis radio. So you have more contacts than I do. I'm really going to lean on Abdul. Who do you bring to the table? Anyone?
I'm not going to throw out names right now on here.
But you're going to work. You're going to work for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I told Abdul we need to get him on the show, and he cordially agreed to be able to do that. So
cool.
It's very exciting. This is the Rob Kendall Show. That's my name, joined as always by the lovely April D. Gregory. Thank you for joining us tonight. Don't forget, a friendly reminder, if you've missed any part of the show, you can check us out via podcast right here on IndianaTalks.com, or also on the We Are Libertarians radio network. Our man Spangle, very generous in promoting us over there as well. And don't forget, coming up soon, I've got a new column on a new organization called New Voice for Politics. You can check them out at newvoiceforpolitics.com. April walked in today with a smile on her face because I have renovated the Rob Kendall Show studios, and I believe it meets your approval.
I do approve.
This is what you've been asking for. 100%. I felt like this is what you wanted.
It's pretty good.
I have moved the shenanigans into the studio and have comfortably decorated the lobby area with boring motif.
It's homey.
If you were to be in here on a social status rather than a professional status, you would find this a compelling place to be.
And is it working so far?
It's great.
Okay.
And I appreciate you participating in the process of helping me revamp my my place. On the wall over April, my Ultimate Warrior signed canvas, Hulk Hogan poster, or it's not signed. It should be signed. That'd be great if we could get that Hulk Hogan canvas signed. And then the highlight of the room is my Bruce Springsteen framed copy of the River album, my favorite album. He's looking menacingly down at you, keeping an eye on you.
He is.
And April, to her left, gets to look at the waffle with legs.
So creepy. You should put that behind my head.
Merlin Yoda wants you to get that poster, by the way. He was really rooting for you to get that in your room.
That thing?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd throw it out there.
It's not happening, Merlin.
Well, you're being very close-minded, which is normally reserved for me. I feel like I'm the one that's open to all the ideas now. I'm really pressing new boundaries. We've got about 26... Time just flies by on this show. 26 minutes left to go in our program today. Had a big event in Brownsburg that I did want to touch on.
Oh, does it involve corn?
It does involve corn.
I can just I just know your life. I can just read you like a book.
Became a farmer last week.
Oh, that's what we're calling that.
Instead of, remember that...
Not a cook, a farmer.
Remember that Super Bowl commercial from last year? God created a farmer? The truck commercial?
Oh, yeah. That was a good
Could have
one.
been God created a Rob. Because I am now a farmer. I participated in farming at the Brownsburg Farmers Market. Those of you who are not aware of how Brownsburg operates, we have every Thursday in the summer, we have a farmers market. There's like 20 to 25 vendors show up on the lawn at Town Hall, set up their tents, sell their stuff. It's like being olden dayish. They've got like jams and jellies and honey and cookies and vegetables, all sorts of stuff. I feel like the farmers market would be a place for you. Like you would like a farmers market.
I keep meaning to go, and then for whatever reason, I either forget about it or I have something else going on. So I think I can maybe go Thursday.
Okay. So anyway, I believe it starts at like 4:30, usually runs till like 7. on the lawn at Town Hall. Anyway, the town got a large amount of sweet corn donated to it, and they asked the town officials to do a little community service project, which was to grill the corn for the people so they could eat it on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was myself and Grant, our town manager, Brian, the assistant town manager, our man Shane Ray at the XRB Radio Studios was there. Whetstone's sister
Tracy was there.
Tracy was there.
Well, that's why I wanted to go last week, because like you and Shane and Tracy and Grant were all. I'm like, I should go to this, but I know what it was. I had that conference I was at. So.
What was this?
The Smart Girl Summit.
Well, we can get back to corn in just a minute. What is the Smart Girl Summit?
I should have had you come.
Because I am a smart girl.
Well, we could have done a radio show there. What
is the Smart Girl Conference?
It's conservative women.
Okay.
Grassroots.
Where was this
organization. Well, this is the 4th year, and it's held all over the country. But this year they decided to bring it to Indianapolis.
Oh, so it's here.
It was here.
Great. So it's like
we finally got it to come to Indy. So.
That's cool. What were you doing there?
Well, I mean, they just have panels and discussions all day about different things. Youth outreach, Hispanic outreach.
This is a downtownish sort of thing. This is held downtown.
It was downtown, yeah. Like I said, this is the first year it was in Indianapolis. But so people from all over the country were in town.
And these are a lot of your Twitter friends that were there.
Yes.
Like a lot of Twitter friends.
Yeah.
Met Twitter friends.
A lot of people you already know, and then you meet some that you hadn't met yet. So that's cool.
Did you get anything big out of it? Like anything you didn't know? Like anything you're like, wow, that's really, because I was trying to take like one thing, if I go to those events, one thing away to go, I didn't know that.
Well, the big thing this year was that was kind of the pressing issue ongoing now, is that the GOP, the party itself, did not send anybody. Many invitations were sent out to candidates and politicians, and a lot of them didn't accept.
They're dissing the smart women.
The state Indiana GOP was gracious enough. Sue Ellspermann gave the opening speech. Mike Pence sent a video. He was out of town last week.
.gov.
Yeah, he was out of town, so he was able to send a video for, but like there was nobody on the national level and here, this is a room full of hundreds of grassroots activists, right? That these politicians will need to be doing the boots on the ground for when they're running for president or Senate or whatever they're running for. So, but the GOP did reach out to the Smart Girls and apologize and say we will make a effort to.
I would have been there. I did not know there was a Smart Girl conference.
We should have
done something.
Yeah.
But then I couldn't have been a farmer.
True. Well, you could have done both.
So you went downtown, you were active, you were participating. Doesn't it really underscore the problem with the GOP right there, though? I mean, why wouldn't you just flood that with people?
Right.
Why wouldn't you just flood that? If you are a stinking candidate on any sort of statewide office or regional office, help.
There were some, like the Erica Harold that's running for Congress in Illinois. That was the Miss America.
Oh, yes.
She was there.
How do I volunteer for her campaign?
Oh, I think you might have to move to Illinois for that.
You don't have to move to volunteer.
No, you're right. But if you want
I feel like I could help her.
If you want to meet her, you should maybe go to Illinois.
Do you know her? Are you friends with her?
Well, you could have met her at...
Well, did you meet her? Are you friends?
I didn't meet her.
Oh, so you couldn't make that connection. Thanks for thinking of me.
Right.
I appreciate all that you do. But I feel like if I were running for any sort of, when I say significant, I mean like a widespread office in which you need a lot of people to really help you.
Right. Like invitations were extended to people like Junior.
Rand was not there.
Rand was not there.
That's very disappointing.
Yeah. So,
I'm going to tweet at him.
Right. And I mean, he's from Kentucky, right? So it's like,
it was close.
Dude, you could have just driven up.
And they're on recess.
They're on recess.
Yeah. What's the dealio?
What's the excuse?
Rand, why are you not wooing women? See, this is very disappointing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not only from the prospect of,
Well, and the GOP has the women issue problem perceived anyway, right? So let's make this happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying from my perspective is I would want to go, of course, just like the New Kids on the Block concert, because there's all these women.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't you want to be there? Women.
I should have brought you. I'm a horrible friend.
You are terrible. What'd you do? Why are you a terrible friend this time, though? You didn't you didn't tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you accountable to that. You get busy, I get busy, but But yeah, next time if there's going to be thousands of women in one place, maybe send me a phone call. I will not drive downtown for Buddy the Cake Boss, but I will drive downtown for thousands of women. Yes, I will make that sacrifice. But yeah, legitimately, like you have all these activist people, whether they're women, men, whatever, they're all here. They want to work.
Right.
You know, if it was like me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm busy that day. But, you know, these people like want to work. They want to knock on doors. They want to send letters. They want to make phone calls. You know, I'm there. And that's why we need younger, forward-thinking people in the Republican Party. So anyway, getting back to me being a farmer.
Yeah, we farmed.
So I was asked by the town to participate. Said, hey, we love the farmer's market. Let's do it. Grant and I were out there grilling corn. We were entertaining the guests. Shane and I were pulling shenanigans. It was fun.
It looked like fun from the pictures I saw. Was Tracy like making you guys behave? I feel like
Tracy was, because you know Shane and I are really good friends, and we totally don't take anything serious.
Right.
And then Grant kind of was feeding off us. Because I feel like Grant is serious, you know, all during the day when he's doing town business. But Grant was sort of on the grill. Grant and Brian, the ATM, are on the grill. So sort of like, you guys have to focus. Right. Shane and I are going to screw around and entertain the guests.
Right.
But, yeah, Tracy was really keeping a watchful eye.
She's the mother.
I think she takes that farmer's market thing pretty serious.
Yeah. She takes everything in Hendricks County pretty serious.
Yeah, she's very intense.
It's kind of her job. Yeah, it's good. Absolutely.
We're complimenting Tracy.
We need more Tracys.
Yeah. Because the one woman, like most people were having fun back with us. There was one woman, though, like I photobombed a photo of Grant and Shane cooking corn. And Anissa, our PR lady for the town, was finding it hysterical. But then I looked back and there was some woman getting her corn and she was literally shaking her head.
She was like, I cannot believe this guy is our elected official.
Yeah. What happened here? What is your name? I will never forget when I was running for office on election day. I'm working there was one major polling precinct, and as any good candidate knows, you do your research on where you think the majority of voters are going to be, and you stick your candidate at that precinct. Right. My opponent apparently did not do that research, but in fact, that precinct was abandoned except for me and my assistant for basically the whole day. Yes.
What?
Yeah. We'll have a whole show about my election at some point. Anyway, this woman comes up, and one of those women or people, women, men, they all do it. I just said one of those women because she's a woman, but she who just votes in every election. You know, and they're honest about that. I don't even, you know, I'm not paying real close attention. I just know it's my civic duty to vote, so I show up to vote. So she walks up, and there's only 4 of us on the ballot. You know, 2 elections, people running against each other. And she walks up and she goes, "Who are the incumbents?" And I know where this question's going.
Yep.
Those 2 guys. Who are not the incumbents? Me and that guy. Okay, I'll vote for you. Thank you.
There has been so much of that the past 4 years.
You have a blessed day.
Oh, yeah.
And she came right back out about 2 minutes later and said, have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. And those people will rant for 5 minutes if you let them on why they're not voting for any incumbents.
Hey, it was like, the one thing I found is I had worked polls for other candidates. So I had a little bit of experience of this. But the point is, it's like in an election like that where you have this polling precinct to yourself for whatever reason.
You monopolize it.
Right. And these people come, and once you've got the vote, you're trying to remain friendly, but you want to get them in there to vote.
Yeah.
Go vote. Go vote. We'll talk after.
Yeah.
Please, hurry.
Don't forget what you were doing. Go vote real fast.
And then at the end of because the polls close, you know, promptly at 6, and you've got to be in line by 6. There was somebody, a friend of mine, who showed up to vote, and he shows up at like 5:55, and he comes up and he starts talking to me, and finally someone, I'm just like, you have to go vote. We can talk after the polls close. You have 2 minutes to get in there. So, yeah, someday we'll have a whole show about how Rob became an elected official.
Oh gosh.
That would be an award winner. Anyway, this is the Rob Kendall Show. Compelling show so far today. Talked about State Fair, how Rob's long-held grievance with the group Styx. Talked about the Smart Women Conference.
Smart Girl Summit.
That's the actual name of it?
Smart Girl Summit. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Indianapolis gets so many big events.
Yeah.
And you don't even know. Like,
we're like the convention capital of the world,
right,
I feel
but
like.
I mean, you'd think like that would register. Like, I should have known about that. You know? Like, that should have been on my radar. Smart Girl Summit. If there was a Rob Kendall event,
it's
the
that.
Smart Girl Summit. I could have worn my suit.
They even had one morning, was it Saturday morning, I think? They even had an event at the shooting range.
Oh.
Yeah. So the girls, if they wanted, women, girls, whatever, they could go and they went to the shooting range and yeah.
Gosh, how did I miss this?
I'm an awful friend.
Unbelievable. Well, any future smart girl, I'm willing to travel for the Smart Girl Summit.
All right.
By the way, so
next year.
Let's do it. By the way, I owe your brother big time. Your brother, April's brother, Josh, longtime friend, occasionally does get mentioned on this show. Came up big. He loaned me, as many people are aware, I have become a fan of the show The Big Bang Theory.
It's about time.
And this is how I usually do my shows. Like, I was this way with 24. I let the show run its course, and then I get, like, caught up with multiple years in, like, weeks.
Right. And then you can just watch the whole thing in 2 weeks
Right,
instead of spending 12 years watching it.
I love this show. I love the characters. These are some compelling characters. Anyway, so I've gotten into the show. April's brother has seasons 1 through 4 of Big Bang Theory on DVD. So I sent him a message. He said, "Hey, could I have those seasons on DVD?" I said, "I'd be happy to purchase a meal for you of some sort if you'd be willing to loan me these DVDs." So Josh says, "Sure, of course." We meet at the Burger King. I told him, I said, "You got to keep it under like $10 because otherwise it'd just be cheaper for me to rent the DVD."
Stop it! You're such a type.
So Josh is smart though. Josh shows up and goes, "Yeah, I just brought seasons 1 and 2." And I'm sitting there for a moment and I go, "That's because you want a second meal out of this, isn't it?" He goes, "Yeah." So Josh, I have watched seasons 1 and 2, and I'm fully prepared to buy you another extravagant value meal at Burger King.
Did he bring Balin with him?
He did not.
Oh.
Grandma had Balin.
Oh, okay.
Which I was hoping he would bring Balin. Although I think Balin only does like the McDonald's because he likes to poach the pancakes with his fork.
Weren't you at McDonald's?
No, we were Burger King.
Oh, you went to Burger King?
That's where he wanted to go.
Oh.
I left it up to him. I said, "Any meal of your choosing at any of Brownsburg's fine, speedy dining establishments." And he chose Burger King. So
mix it up. Well, he always has to go to McDonald's because Balin's. I feel like he just wanted he had a chance to mix it up.
Well, I even offered to go extravagant, and I said, I'll get you some Arby's.
Ooh.
And he said he'd had Arby's the night before. I was like, "What? You can't have another like Arby's menu item?" Because I feel like Arby's is a little, nothing against Burger King, it's just a little higher end of dining.
Yeah.
It's a mix between it's in between.
It was breakfast too, right?
No, this was a lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was a lunch. And, of course, he had a gripe with his order. They didn't give him enough bacon on his double bacon cheeseburger. Oh. So he went back and got more bacon.
Good idea.
I feel like the Burger King bacon could be a health risk.
Probably.
I feel like you're literally taking your life into your own hands. But, no, thank you to Josh. And so, Josh, if you hear this, I do have your DVDs available and would be happy to buy you more high-end dining in exchange for your other two DVDs. It's just it's a great show.
It's hysterical.
So compelling.
Yeah.
Did want to wish a happy belated 60th birthday to Hulk Hogan.
Holy moly.
Hulk Hogan's 60.
Yikes. He's doesn't 60. Look a day over
67.
Plasticky dead.
He Hulk Hogan is interesting because his current wife looks just like his daughter. Have you heard about this?
Oh, I don't think I've seen his current wife.
Well, while we're doing the show or after, if you Google Hulk Hogan's wife and then look at his daughter, identical. I think Jennifer.
That's creepy.
It's very creepy. She's very young too. So yeah, they're basically twins. I don't know if he's still married to this woman. I got a feeling usually the second marriage for a celebrity usually doesn't last as long as the first one.
Right.
But the Hulk is
Jennifer is her name.
Yeah, Jennifer is her name. Hulk, by the way, kudos to the Hulk. While having a wife that looks like your daughter is kind of creepy, Hulk is very active on Twitter, and he retweets his fans all the time.
Oh, there's even a picture that says, "Does Hulk Hogan's new wife look too much like his daughter?"
No, do they have all three of them there?
Oh, yeah, here. Look at this.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, they're just blonde, tan, and big boobed fake.
Yeah, who would want that?
But they do. Even their nose, their cheekbones, it's probably because they both probably have had a lot of work done. That's probably why they look the same.
Right, because at one point Hulk Hogan's daughter was going to be a singer. Or was a singer. I don't know if she still is a singer. I know she's on The Wrestling now. She's a character on The Wrestling. not WWE, but the junior circuit, TNA.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if she's
TNA is what it's called.
still TNA.
T
Total nonstop action.
Oh, okay.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Because I felt like it was fitting the other way
I think
around.
they may have been doing a little play on words when they formed that, because it's a pretty
Clearly.
hillbilly sort of wrestling circuit. But I love wrestling, so
Ugh.
occasionally if it's on, I will watch it.
These people need to get out of the tanning bed and away from the plastic surgeon. I feel
they
like.
live. April's life advice: you need to get away from the tanning
They
bed.
they live in Florida, so okay, you're right.
Because you ran by Hulk Hogan's house.
Yeah, his town. I'm trying to figure out how old this lady is.
I think she's in. I would guess late 20s. Would be my guess.
Well, I want to know if she's.
Can't you just Google Hulk Hogan's wife?
Hey,
She prob-
I did.
She probably has a Wikipedia
Got
page.
it.
Everyone
Yeah,
has a Wikipedia
I'm on it.
page.
I'm on it.
Except for me. How do you get a Wikipedia page? Do you
Well,
know?
You can just make it.
Oh, you can just, anyone can make it?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be sort of condescending to make my own Wikipedia page, though.
Condescending or narcissistic?
Both.
Okay. Jennifer McDaniel age.
What's her name?
Jennifer McDaniel.
Okay. She's not Jennifer Hogan?
Well, you know, people keep their.
Yeah, but she's not like a celebrity, so you'd think she'd be like
True.
gonna take like Hulk Hogan's name, because then that would emphasize her celebrity.
Yeah,
How old
but his name's not really Hogan.
Well, but that's his. It's Balea, but
So you don't take a fake name.
He did. I mean, he's Hulk Hogan. No one calls him Hulk Balea. He's Hulk Hogan.
Okay, but you don't.
How old is she? Do we have an age?
I freaking don't know. Start talking about something else.
Well, I feel like this is relevant.
Your the internet is not being very fast.
I want to know her age. I feel like on the Google description on Wikipedia, it should have the age.
And I'm not. It's taking its time to load.
That's okay.
So
Let's just say she's 30. Let's just use that as an example.
All right.
That's pretty creepy to be dating a guy double your age, right?
Yeah. Definitely, it's creepy. Okay, so in 2010, when they married, he was 57, she was 35.
Oh, so she's a little older than we thought.
She is a little
Okay,
older.
that's not quite as bad. So that's what, 20... What is that? 22 years difference. Right? 57, 35?
Yeah.
Yeah, 22 years difference. So that's not quite as bad.
No.
Because they're both adults. Like, easily adults.
And I mean, plus he looks like he's... No, I just don't know. I just can't.
Well, you got to see him without the bandana. He looks much older when he doesn't have his bandana on.
Right, and he doesn't have the makeup on.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like if he left the makeup on and all that, then then maybe I wouldn't mind being like, oh my gosh, you're a grandpa.
Well, and as many people know, the Hulk has had a fairly traumatic couple of years. Like, legitimately. I mean, his wife left him. His
For
son,
some much younger man.
yes, who was like 18 or 19 years old, was my understanding. I don't know if that's true or not.
He was
Linda
pretty young.
Hogan is her name. If
Right.
you Google her, I'm sure you could
Right.
find out that story too. Yeah, and then his son was in this terrible automobile accident,
Mm-hmm.
which he seriously injured a friend and ended up going to jail, and Hulk had to pay out millions of dollars in a settlement. And the Hulk is very much past his earning potential as a wrestler. He had severe injuries during his years in the ring, so he can't really get in and wrestle anymore. So the Hulk has really fallen on some hard times. I don't think he's at the soup line, but you know, it's tough to see your heroes age disgracefully.
Right.
Or I shouldn't say disgracefully, disgracefully. Maybe that is disgrace. Is disgracefully and disgracefully the same thing? Disgracefully, like not gracefully, and disgracefully?
It's the same word.
Is it?
You're just pronouncing it differently.
So it is the same thing.
Disgraceful.
I feel like disgrace,
and
disgraceful.
Disgrace and
I feel
disgraceful
like that's
and
harsher than
disgracefully.
disgracefully. I feel like that's a harsher way of saying it. Like if I say,
Well, if you add ly to anything, it doesn't sound as bad.
right, let's try it without the ly.
Disgrace.
Let
Disgraceful.
me try in a sentence. Hulk, you're a disgrace. That's one word.
Hulk, you are disgraceful.
Hulk, you're aging.
You acted disgracefully.
Look, brother. Well, so
What is
Hulk, you're acting disgracefully. Hulk, you're aging disgracefully. I feel like my inflection though is changing as I'm trying to say it. So I don't know. Maybe that was just a waste, exercise in futility. But either way, Hulk has had a rough few years, so it's nice to see Hulk being happy again.
Linda has called off her engagement to her 23-year-old boyfriend, apparently.
How old is she? Does it say?
In 2012, when this article was written, she was 52, he was 23.
So that's 29 years.
I don't do math, Rob.
Yeah, that's 29 years.
Yeah, that's 29 years.
And I feel like
it's a whole person.
She is not a. It's me. It's a Rob.
That's a Rob.
I feel like it's worse for her because like Hulk is a celebrity, so you would expect if he were to remarry to have a younger, better-looking woman, especially since.
Holy moly! Her net worth is $20 million.
Yeah, she took all his money in the divorce.
Oh.
I think Hulk's net worth. I saw a thing on the internet the other day. And
man, she knew what she was doing. Marry him for.
Like Hulk's net worth was only like $5 million.
She put almost 20 years into.
Oh yeah,
this
they
marriage.
were married for a long time, probably longer than that. Because
83 to.
Yeah, it's almost 30 years.
Yeah.
And I think Hulk was a little unfaithful on Life on the Road. So I think.
Yeah. They probably had some sort of open agreement about that. So many of those celebrities have open-ish marriages where the wife looks the other way, right. Or they're both just doing their own thing. Like
that's called an open marriage?
I guess. I don't know.
Right. It's more like a business arrangement.
Business arrangement, yeah.
Right. Well, I feel like, I don't want to judge people. Like, obviously, I do not support that. But I feel like I try to put myself in other people's shoes. And I feel like if you were a very famous whatever, you would have temptations that a normal person would not have. You should be able to reject those. But, whatever. That was their business. And obviously, it did not end well.
Right. I mean, so, like, obviously, this was not the arrangement that...
Yeah, she did not agree with whatever the arrangement was.
Well, I'm saying this was not the arrangement that Tiger and his ex-wife had. But plenty of people have this arrangement, and it works for them.
Yeah, but see, you don't even know whether Tiger and his ex-wife had that arrangement.
I feel like...
Yeah, he was a little
the
excessive.
Club...
Yeah.
Bashing with the Club. I feel like...
Is there... Let me ask
at that point, I think she was genuinely surprised.
From the female perspective, is there anything that can make you that angry that you would tornado your husband's vehicle with a golf club?
Oh, I feel like if you found out he slept with half the world, then I think, yeah.
Okay, I was just curious.
Oh, I think her actions were justified. Oh, absolutely.
She tried to kill him.
Well, yeah. Like, he'd been cheating on her for her entire marriage. Like, if she genuinely did not know about it and just found out, or thought he had... found out before and given a second chance. We don't know what went on in their marriage.
Right. I feel like, though, if you're a wife that marries into that, if you're going to marry Tiger Woods, there should be some level of expectation.
You should expect him to act like that?
No. Please don't think that. I'm just saying, it'll be like marrying Brad Pitt. You know that there's a chance that could happen. So while you may be very, very disappointed in it, you should not... I feel like taking golf clubs to personal property is probably, with him inside the personal property, is not the best. Golf needed him.
Oh my God.
Look at golf. What happened to golf since
I feel like this is a very misogynistic conversation.
No, I'm just saying. I feel
you need to forget what he did to you. Golf needs him, little woman. You just sit back and take it.
I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying being frustrated, fine. I just think taking the golf club to the property while he's in the property is a little over the top.
He's lucky he did not have any guns in the house.
Well, this was a compelling way to wrap up the
There's
program.
No excuse for cheating.
No, I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just simply saying that I feel like Linda may have gone about it the better way, just taking all the money in the divorce.
Yeah.
But I think Tiger's wife did okay too.
Well, but if it was her, wasn't she the one cheating, or was he the one? Oh, maybe we don't know. What happened?
Tiger?
No, Hulk.
I'm sure the Hulk was probably instigated.
But
cheating.
like, okay, so then she just kind of was like, I'm doing
right.
mine.
She may have been also cheating.
I'm done.
I feel like that's the way it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know that for sure.
But I mean, Tiger's wife did both. She took a lot of money.
Yeah.
And got to beat the crap out of his car with the golf club.
Well, that's what makes her feel better. Different strokes for different folks.
She got a lot of money.
Get it? Tiger Woods strokes.
Get it. I get it. I see you there. You're punny.
That was a great way to wrap up the show. I wanted to go out on a high note. Hey, you did a great job today. Thanks for all you do.
Hey, you're welcome.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget, if you missed any part of the program, you can check it out anytime you want online, indianatalks.com. And don't forget, I do have a website as well that I should plug, electropkendall.com, if you want to stay up to date on what's going on with me. For the lovely April D. Gregory, you've been listening to The Rob Kendall Show.